Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. How are you doing today? I don't need to explain this to you, but I just like to remind people this is not an exact science. We communicate the best way we can. So sometimes you got to stretch it outside the box a little bit. So if it doesn't make any sense now, keep it in mind. You'll either remember it later, see it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later. It's his show. It's his ball game within reason. So far, all of mine have been pretty good. I don't have to get out. They get after me. I don't have to get after them for being bad. They lecture me. So we're going to talk to your dad today. Um, okay, so we stink at names and nicknames, but he comes in saying, I love you, pumpkin pie. So there's one of those things you'll probably have to stretch outside the box. Don't know what it is about names. Used to get them exact, now not so much. It's usually, so you know what your nickname was. This is a nice nickname, not the one he yelled when he was mad, he says, which is usually your first and middle name, but he's not saying that. Is your middle name Marie? He's laughing. He says, right now you are smooth sailing. Smooth sailing. You kind of don't realize it, but you're smooth sailing more than you know. You're concentrating on something negative right now. Some relationship, I don't think it's with a spouse. Can't tell for sure. He's not saying. Let's see if he's going to say. You are smooth sailing. You need to ignore whatever that negative thing is. Because your part, your life, is smooth. And if it isn't right at this exact moment, know that it's going to be like really quick. Well, I don't know if he's literally done this or it. Okay. So here we go with the spiritual charades. He shows you standing there. Was she walking? Not really walking. I think you were just standing there. This is going to make a difference. He comes up behind you and boom, on the back of your shoulders, literally pushes you, and you stumble and fall forward and almost fall. Almost fall. Your feet are kind of moving to catch yourself before you face plant. So I don't know if this is something, if you physically have just done this or you're going to, but it doesn't feel like a warning. But he's also saying, so if you did do it, Dad's pushing you. He's wanting to literally shove you forward, and you're afraid you're going to fall on your face. He says, but you're not. You're going to catch yourself. You're going to catch yourself. You're going to catch your feet. Your feet are going to get under you, and you are not going to face plant. He says, besides, if you do face plant, you can always get up. You don't have to stay there, flopping around on the ground like a fish. You can always get up. Always. He's stressing that. So if you do trip in the near future, know think about it. That's a little reminder, and thank him, validate him, acknowledge him, and tell him you love him. Ask him, I don't want to trip, I don't want to fall on my face, I don't want to get hurt, but I get it. Tell him you get it. Let him know you get it. Your chariot awaits. Ah, he's not giving me a picture to go along with that or anything. I don't know what he means by that. And it's not for me to know. Your chariot awaits. Your chariot awaits. What is... I hate when they leave me hanging. I feel like it's tied into you, thinking you're going to fall on your face, but your chariot actually awaits. It's waiting to take you. So I don't think it's a physical chariot. He's talking about hair, Hair, and he's actually holding up a strand of hair. I don't... It looks like blonde hair, but I can't be sure. It's just one hair. He's holding it up. It's long. I don't creep anybody's Facebook ahead of time because it messes up what little logical mind I have. Hair. Well, it's definitely longer than my hair. You're going to find it. Oh, man. I always ask these guys for something, a unique sign from them to you. I mean, everybody knows about butterflies and cardinals and feathers and stuff. So I asked for unique signs, and he's holding up a single hair. So you're going to find a hair everywhere. You're going to find it on your clothes. You're going to find it in the kitchen. You're going to find it, of course, in the bathroom. That'd be normal to find hair in there. Something about this hair. So you're also going to feel this hair tickle you. So if you feel on some part of your body like you've got a hair on you and you keep going like this and it won't come off, that's your dad. He's letting you know that he's there. That's better than finding the big ass live spider swimming in my bathtub after I got in there this morning. Evidently he was in my wash rag. Whoa, he was trying to swim to my leg to find an island. Hairs, I don't like finding hairs, but at least it's not a spider. So he says you're going to find that pot of gold. Whatever is out there, you need to at least take the baby steps towards it. Anything, even if it's just to write it down or put it on a sticky note somewhere where you can see it, or in that helps you keep thinking about it, helps the energy go that way. But even if you find a way to just take a baby step, because he's wanting to shove you. And I'm not even sure what direction it's in. I don't know if it's relationship, job, moving, whatever. He says, speaking of moving, wouldn't be a bad idea. Have you thought about it? Greener pastures, moving on, moving up, higher vibration. Don't let the door hit you in the ass. It's a good thing. Shut the door behind you. Throw the key away. Don't look back. Charge forward. And then he comes over here and gets behind me. Oh, here I go. I'm going to start itching. Comes over here behind me, and he said he's always going to have your back. I will push you forward, but I can't make you. And I don't know if I've told you before, but they can do all kinds of things. They can nudge people that you need in your path. They can open doors for you to different opportunities, but they cannot override our free will choice. So if our free will choice says, yeah, no, I don't want to do it, and I do that all the time. My guides are always going, Rhonda, we gave you this great stuff. Why are you saying no? Because that's my free will choice. So he cannot make you, but he's there to help you. Ask him. What was Dad good at when he was here? What was he good at? Was he just good at listening? Was he good at advice? Was he good at all Dad stick up for you? Give me help. Help me. Help me. Help me. Help me. He said he was good at loving you, even though he didn't show it enough. You should feel him behind you. He's pretty strong behind me. I never know how somebody else is going to feel the energy because everybody feels it different. And they make me itch. But I always tell people it's like when somebody walks into the room, you don't hear them, you don't see them, but you feel them. You feel them walk into the room. He also wants me to tell you, okay, one time I was standing at a bar and I just really strong felt somebody standing like right back here. And I turned around and looked and there was nobody there. And I thought, okay, that's weird. I don't know who the hell it is. And immediately on my right, a girl walked up and ordered 2 Blue Moon beers. Blue Moon itself is a big sign from Bob to me. So I knew that's who it was because that came over here to validate who it was over here. So try that. If you feel it, asking for a confirmation. You might be watching TV and somebody might say his name, or you might be driving down the road. There might be something in the song, artist, title of the song, the exact words that are being sang at that time. Wherever you feel that at, you'll usually get some kind of a validation. At least when you start out feeling it. Okay. He's saying, did you see the bright blue sky? Did you see the car parked up the hill? Did you actually see them? Did you actually see those things? Did you actually look at those things? Oh, now he's singing the Pink Floyd song, or I hear the tune. Even if he didn't like Pink Floyd, doesn't matter. Comfortably numb. We're comfortably numb with, imagine all the hundreds and thousands of things you see every day and you don't really see them. Oh, good grief, it'd take me all day to mention what I see on my kitchen counter. We're comfortably numb. We're just, how do I explain what he's trying to say? We don't really see, is what he's trying to say. Does that make sense? Like, oh, my little birds are out there on the seed sack. Like, I can see the birds, but do I really see their feathers, what color they are, whether they have stripes on their feathers, whether they have white or black on their head? I mean, do you really see? Excuse me. Do I see I need to quit smoking? So I'm not sure what he's trying to get you to really actually see. And I don't know where you live. Darn it, sorry. I'm in Kansas, colder than shit here. It's like my little glass hummingbird hanging here. I see it, but do I really see that it has a purple head and red wings and a red tail and a yellow body, and it's hanging on a little gold string? Do you really see it? Don't know what he's trying to get you to really actually open your eyes and see, though. He says start admiring. Start appreciating. Start being more grateful. Your life is good. And as I'm saying that, anything that happens during a reading, making sure there's not something real there. I had my hand on the mouse, and it felt like something was crawling around here and crawling around here. I thought, oh crap, I already had the thing with the spider in the bathtub this morning, but there's nothing there. So you'll get, and it probably goes back to that hair too that he's talking about. It felt like something just tickling me, something moving around there, but there's nothing there. So I know. So anyway, validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him when you get those little tickly things. I'm closer than you think. Okay, he's showing me shoes. They love to play with shoes. Okay, what about the shoes? Okay, it's like, watch your slippers. That's what he's showing me anyway. It doesn't have to be slippers, but he's showing me kind of house shoes. And like one's moving. You might set them like this, and one might end up being like this, or you might lose one. I've had stuff disappearing around here lately, and it's starting to drive me crazy. And even my couch is pulled out on one side a little bit. Like, it wasn't that way when I got up. I don't know what's going on around here. But watch for something to do with shoes moving, shoes disappearing. One might end up under the bed. He's trying to let you know that he's there. He says without scaring the hell out of you. Know that I'm never too busy for you to call on me. I worship you. Okay, so he holds up a bouquet of flowers, and he pulls out of the bunch, he pulls out one red rose, and he hands it to you. He said, in honor of your mother. So watch. They probably don't have to be red roses, but it would be better if it was, because that's what he's showing. Roses, rose petals. You could be walking through the store, and it doesn't matter if they're real or fake, you might see a fake rose laying on the floor, as you walk through the flower department, or a rose petal on the floor, or I keep finding weird things on the dash of my truck, even though it's locked with the windows up. Just watch for the roses and rose petals in unusual places. Usually it is. I never know. It's all up to them. Depends on what he wants to do. But it's in honor of your mother. He says, do you hear them? Do you hear them? I can't hear it, though. He was asking you, do you hear them? But then I don't hear what he's talking about. He's confusing me. The only thing I hear is the birds way out in the distance. It sounds like a big, blackbird kind of doing the caw, caw, caw. Don't know that he's talking about that. But pay attention if you hear one. And it's really out there cackling. And he says, do you hear them? Pay attention to them. I don't think he's talking. This bird's still talking way out there. Okay, so evidently we are talking about big bird, big big bird, not the little birds that chirp. This is a caw, caw, caw kind of bird. It's doing it again. Do you hear them? I'm going to take this as a sign from him. So watch for the big birds. Listen, it could be in a movie, could be on a song, it could be. I've got my door cracked open even though it's colder than hell outside. Needed some fresh air. Again, validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, ask him to bring you more, give him permission. He's still out there squawking. And I didn't hear him until he said that. So no, that's a sign from him too. Okay, I'm not sure what he's talking about, at least not yet. He says you are too good to sit there and worry about what somebody else is doing. That's none of your business. You can't change that. Let that go. Far, far away. I feel like it's a male. I feel like he's talking about a male. But he's not trying to give me a name or anything. He says because you you are okay. Don't let them stew. Let them stew in their own juice. You are okay. Don't absorb that. Don't worry about that. You keep doing what you're doing. He says, look at that situation like you're looking through a picture window. It's on the other side. It's not in your zone. It's on the other side of a barrier, a wall. Well, he's showing like a picture window. You can see it, but you want that window there because you don't want to feel it. You don't want it intermingling with you. You don't want that. You can observe it through the window. Now, I've never seen that before. That's pretty cool. You can see it through the window. Don't bring it in the house. You don't need that shit. Let them stew. Because that's their business, not yours. You keep to your business. And he's showing a male, but like there's some smaller maybe females like around, like chirping like little birds. Good grief, the birds are on my mind this morning, evidently. Like there's females around chirping like little birds. So it's like they're gossiping, instigating, talking shit maybe. He said, leave them on the other side of the window. Just watch them. They're not worth it. Let it go. So he asked me to pull a release card for you, which they do once in a while. And says, surrender worry. Make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body. Focus on the power of your heart and have faith that Spirit is guiding you always. So you can always, ta-da! I don't know, it looks backwards on my screen. I don't know if it does when I hold it up there or not. But anyway, so I'm guessing that card has something to do with what he was just talking about. Surrender the worry. Let it go. It's not worth it. Okay. Okay, you're going to get the smell of lavender too. And you can be, usually it's just like a little whiff comes by your nose, lavender. You can be in the store, you can be outside, you can be in your car, you can be in your house. Doesn't matter where you're at. No, that's going to be another sign from him. And he's trying to bring kind of soft, gentle signs. And I always ask him, don't bring stuff that's going to scare the hell out of somebody. That's not fun. That's not what we do. You have some good news coming. Good news. New arrival. A new arrival coming. It's good news. New arrival coming. Keep your eyes peeled. So know when somebody or something new steps in that that's a good thing. And don't be afraid of it. And we always have the right to free will choice, like I always do. My guides go, stop it, Rhonda. Free will choice to turn it down or say no, but know when something, a new arrival, so it'd be like a person or something new comes in, that it's a good thing. So at least look at it, listen to it, observe it, think about it, maybe take steps towards it. He says it'll be good for you. I love you. He says, where would you like to go from here? Write it down. Write it down. Oh, he's tapping me on the head. He said, you too, Rhonda. Yeah, I know. I haven't done that this morning. Things are shifting. Let them shift. Call on me when you need me. Call on me when you're ready. I'll be around. He says, I'm only a smell away. So I don't know if he's talking about the lavender smell or if he's just that close. I'm only a smell away. Oh, I love my guys. They always bring me fun stuff. Okay, with that, he's leaving. So don't forget to validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him when you get any of those signs, and talk to him. I promise you 1,000% he can hear you, he can see you. Talk to him all you want to, and ask him for help. Cannot override your free will choice. You can ask, but then you have to be willing to accept what is brought to you and take steps towards it, or embrace it, or whatever. That's our free will choice. Yeah, my guides are always yipping at me. Much love to you, my dear. Thank you very much. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones.